So guess what? Donnie Tynahands is our president-elect. That's unbelievable. Thank you.
It is unbelievable.
Thank you, Hillary Clinton.
Is it? Do you find it hard not to just go, ugh, every time you hear that or say it?
Well, it's not that there's a buffoon that's the president. That doesn't bother me. We had George Bush for 8 years. That guy was a fucking buffoon, and he had an evil person really running the government, which was Dick Cheney. Yeah. So we've already had that. It's Donnie Tynahands who's been such a colossal jagoff that now he gets to win. Yeah. Right. I don't care that he's such a horrible human being. We've had horrible human beings be president, George Bush, and it's just that it's him.
The validation he must feel.
Yeah.
And the disappointment of the weakness of the Democrats for losing to that person.
If there's any reason to disband the Democratic Party, do you need another reason? It should be disbanded, and we need to start over. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to tell you that Donnie Tynahands was lying. He's playing his... Do you think he was playing those people? Remember we were saying he's a con man? Do you think he was playing you? You think he's going to build a wall? You think he's going to ban all the Muslims? You think he's going to drain the swamp? He's not draining the swamp. He's filling the swamp with the fucking swamp monsters. Rudy Giuliani, Chris Christie, Josh Bolt. Are you kidding me? Those are the swamp. So, oh, by the way, his Treasury Secretary is probably going to be a guy from Goldman Sachs. Yeah, he's draining the swamp and putting guys from Goldman Sachs back in government. So Goldman Sachs, they run the Treasury Department if George Bush is president. So there's a saying. They go, hey, you know the difference between the Treasury Department and George Bush's administration and Barack Obama's administration? The difference between that, the Treasury Department, and the Bush administration or Barack Obama is the same difference between the 4th and 5th floor at Goldman Sachs. No difference. And Donnie Tynahan, same thing. He's going to keep it. He's got a Goldman Sachs guy. So his base will soon figure out they've been played because he ain't going to be able to do the shit he said. Just like I said, Paul Ryan ain't going to build a wall and Mitch McConnell ain't going to ban all Muslims. They're not going to do the stuff he said to do. Or they're going to pass a tax cut for wealthy people. You mean just like Barack Obama did? So here's Donnie Tynahands. Because I saw this the other day. Oh, God. Look at that news headline. Look at that. Donald Trump admits his Mexico border wall might just be a fence.
In some places, a fence is enough. Other places, it'll be part wall, part fence. It'll be the best fence wall ever. And I have all the best fence walls.
I'm good at this. This is what I do. I do fence wall borders.
I know more than the generals about fence walls.
I know more than them. The construction guys, I know more than them. There's already a fence. So what he's gonna do is say, look, they're gonna go out and they're gonna build like a three blocks, maybe 100 yards of wall, and then he's gonna go, see, we built it. Then we got the fence connecting. We got a lot of fences too, and he's gonna take credit for it. Here he is on 60 Minutes with Leslie Stahl, and. Let's listen here. This is from his own Donnie Tynahands' lips.
Are you really going to build a wall?
Yes.
They're talking about a fence in the Republican Congress. Would you accept a fence?
For certain areas I would, but certain areas the wall is more appropriate.
So the new phrase needs to be, and Mexico will see right through it.
We're going to build that fence.
And Mexico will see through it. And wave to their friends.
I mean, it's a parts that parts there's going to be parts will be a fence. Which parts? I don't know anything about this. I didn't really look into any of this.
So one of the ways we can kind of keep score in a way for the next 4 years, among the less horrible ways, is seeing the trickle of Trump voters and supporters who realize they got conned. It's probably happening already. I'm sure it is. People are already going, wait a minute, no, that's not right. But it's going to be slow. It's a slow process.
It will be
these
very
people aren't easily persuaded by logic.
Well, if the Democrats keep doing what they've been doing, which is staying in bed with Wall Street, then they will stay with Trump.
Right.
Because he still will have the rhetoric.
Yeah.
But it's up to the Democrats now to be an opposition party. They're not going to be, believe me, they're not going to be the opposition party.
I'm not saying it'll move the needle on the Democratic opposition. Right. I'm saying there'll be some consolation in a horrible, chaotic situation when we see tweets and we see stories about Trump supporters reversing. Going,
that'll be.
Yeah, I was.
When they go,
well, because a similar process played out with George Bush.
Yes.
as the Iraq War fell apart.
Well, that's
and
the
then
Tea Party
economy
was the
collapsed.
response that we hate the establishment Republicans because George Bush added Medicare,
Yeah.
Medicare Part D, and then he exploded, and he didn't pay for it,
Yeah.
and he exploded the deficit, and everybody knows he did, and then they had those foreign wars which nobody wanted.
Right.
So that was the Tea Party was supposed to be their response to that their base was upset, but it wasn't. It was astroturfed. It was all regular Republicans trying to pretend they weren't part of the system. Guys like Dick Armey. No, you are the thing.
Yeah.
So that was a phony, like Occupy Wall Street was genuine as opposed to the Tea Party, which was astroturf.
You mean if the Koch brothers fund a movement, it's not a legitimate movement?
That is correct.
Interesting.
So, yeah. So what you're saying, Hank, is true that they're sick of the establishment. Here we go.
I'm very good at this. It's called construction. But
So part
a
wall,
fence will
part
be,
fence?
Yeah, it could be. There could be some fencing.
What about the pledge?
He's going to sword fight people at the border. That's what he's saying.
Could be some fencing. Come on, baby. Scrub some fencing, whatever.
I know Tony Scapoli. He's a great fence builder.
Yeah.
He's my buddy.
To deport millions and millions of undocumented immigrants.
By the way, I predict Donald Trump will deport less Hispanics than Barack Obama. Okay, so he's not going to build a wall. He's not going to ban Muslims, and he's going to deport less Mexicans than Barack Obama. Here we go.
What we are going to do is get the people that are criminal and have criminal records, gang members, drug dealers. We have a lot of these people, probably 2 million, it could even be 3 million. We're getting them out of our country or we're going to incarcerate. But we're getting them out of our country. They're here illegally. After the border is secured and after everything gets normalized, we're going to make a determination on the people that you're talking about, who are terrific people. They're terrific people. But we're going to make a determination at that. But before we make that determination, Leslie, it's very important. We want to secure our border.
They're terrific people, and then we're going to throw half of them in jail and the rest of them out of the country. Terrific. So that's what he's trying to say. So he's saying after we secure the border, then we're going to throw the people out of the country who are criminals. They're not going to secure the border, not going to do a damn thing, and it's all going to be marginal shit. I'm telling you. The guy's an incompetent. He doesn't know how to build it. By the way, their apparatus is already in place. Barack Obama built it. It's called ICE. So that's ICE stands for Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
Well, he's going to add another ICE, and then we're going to have ISIS.
And then then we'll have two ISIS. Yeah. We'll have ISIS fighting ISIS.
Yeah. That's dumb wordplay.
So this is going to be fun to watch out. It's going to be fun to watch Donnie Tynahan's no border wall, no Muslim ban. He didn't drain the swamp. He drained it and put those swamp monsters right back in. So, I have...
His businesses, too. He'll finally become a billionaire.
I was rooting for him to self-destruct. But the Democrats are also, they can't help themselves. They can't get out of their own way. So now I'm stuck thinking maybe I want Trump to do a good job. Maybe I want him to do infrastructure spending. Maybe I want him to do, who knows?
I'm so tired of hearing politicians talk about gang members. Oh, they're so scary, those gang members.
Gang members.
Because there's absolutely no
members.
Jobs program available to anybody.
You know what interaction I had with gang members? Zero. I have zero interaction with gang members. How about you give them a job? How about you have jobs? You go, here's your job. Go ahead.
Who needs, I don't really care about gang members, but for goodness sakes, I don't need a gang member when Wells Fargo is willing to go ahead and cheat me anyways.
A gang member never doubled my credit card balance, interest rate. A gang member never lowered the value of my house. A gang member never kicked a veteran out of his house because you guys started a bubble. Gang members didn't do that. You know who did that? Jamie Dimon, Lloyd Blankfein, with the help of Barack Obama, who had a system in place to save Wall Street and no system in place to help homeowners. Zero, none. His system made it worse for them. The FBI goes and imprisons people who lied on their loan applications, but the guys who created the fraudulent loan applications and created the bubble and sank our economy, Barack Obama gives them bonuses. And that's why Trump won.
Well, wait a second. What about all those gang members that started those fake bank accounts? Oh, wait, that was Wells Fargo.
That was
Never
Wells
mind.
Fargo.
Sorry, I was trying to have a contrary. I forgot.